As always, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Tonight's class is Iron Yoga. So, as always, weights are 100% optional. We will start to incorporate them, but if you're not feeling them, just put them down at any time. We are going to start tonight's class in child's pose. So, let's come to the back of our mat, bring your big toes to touch, and separate your feet as wide as what's comfortable for you. Walk your hands all the way to the top of your mat and relax your forehead down. Let your shoulders reach back away from your ears. Relax your tailbone down toward your heels. Take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale, sigh it out. Take another deeper inhale through the nose. And exhale, force everything out of your lungs. Try to find empty. And then take your longest, fullest, deepest breath yet. Invite in as much air as you possibly can into your lungs. And exhale, let it all go. Seal your lips and continue to take long, slow, full inhales and equally long, slow, complete exhales. Maybe scoot your forehead forward just a little bit as your spine is beginning to relax and lengthen naturally. Soften through the underarms, lengthen through the torso. Let the belly expand toward the thighs. Gently rock your forehead from ear to ear. And if you choose to, take this opportunity to set an intention for tonight's class. Maybe we're trying to invoke energy or really produce heat and build strength. Maybe we want to find length in each moment. Whatever you're working on today, just acknowledge that and use that as your anchor through the class. On your next inhale, slowly push yourself up to a tabletop position. Separate your fingers nice and wide. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Reach the crown of your head forward, lengthen the spine, squeeze the belly up. Take a big inhale, press down to the fingertips. Exhale, cat pose. Round the spine, press down to the tops of the feet and the shins. Inhale, cow pose. Look up, arc the back into a smiley face, broaden through the collarbone. Exhale, cat pose. Round the spine, tuck your chin, invite space between the vertebrae. Inhale, cow pose. Maybe working in some elbow bends to warm up through the biceps. Exhale, cat. Really hollow out the belly, pushing the belly button all the way up. And then continue to move between your cat and cow and maybe add on as it feels good. Maybe shake your hips or your head from side to side. Invite big hip circles. Maybe some gentle neck rotations, ankle rotations. Notice where you feel a little tight today. Invite breath and space into any of those tight areas. Beautiful. Find balance by practicing and stretching out on either side equally. And once you feel a little warmed up through the spine, go ahead and return to your tabletop position. Root down through the fingertips, place your weight into your left knee. Keep your right knee at a 90-degree angle, but kick your right sole of the foot up toward the sky. So your knee is at a 90-degree angle, thigh is parallel to the mat. Activate through your right glute. Hold it here. Squeeze the belly up. Activate the core. Lower your right knee down halfway. Inhale, kick your right foot all the way up as high as you can. Activate through that right glute. Inhale, lower down halfway, hover above the mat, and then exhale, kick, squeeze the glute in the back of the thigh. Inhale, lower, exhale, kick. Inhale, lower, exhale, kick. Inhale, lower, exhale, kick. 3 more, lower, exhale, kick. Last 2, lower, exhale, kick. Last 1, lower, exhale, kick. Hover your right knee over the mat, still keeping that 90-degree angle, flexing your toes back toward your shin, and then extend your right knee out toward the side of your mat. So this is going to really open up the right hip. Your right knee might go a little higher. Maybe it gets all the way up to parallel to the mat. Maybe not. Mine's not there yet. That's okay. Keep the right foot flexed back. Keep the right knee at a 90-degree angle. Lift it directly out to the right side of the body and then lower it back to hover above the mat. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 3 more, lift and lower. Last 2, lift and lower. Last 1, lift and lower. Bring both knees down. Maybe shake out the wrists for a minute. Warming those up still. Putting a little bit of pressure on the hands. Want to shake them out whenever they start to get a little tension. Then return to your tabletop so we can do the other side. Place your weight in your right knee. Root down through all 10 fingertips. Keep your left foot at a 90-degree angle. Left knee, rather, at a 90-degree angle. Flex your left foot back towards your shin. Activate the left glute. Hover the left thigh up parallel to the mat. So starting with the left thigh as flat as you can. Activate the left glute, holding it here, and then begin to lower down halfway or hover above the mat. Exhale as you kick, squeeze that left glute, activate the whole left thigh, and lower and kick, and lower and kick, squeeze, lower, kick, lower, kick. 3 more, lower, kick, lower, kick. Last 1, lower and kick. Beautiful. Lower the left knee down just to hover above the mat. Still focusing on those 90-degree angles with the left knee, toes flexed back toward the shin. And then lift the left knee directly out to the side. So once again, this is working on the hip. So your hip might prevent you from going super high with that left knee. That's okay. Lower it down above the mat, hover. Exhale, lift directly out to the side. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. 3 more. Lower, lift. Lower, lift. Last 1, lower, lift. Beautiful. Bring both knees down, tabletop. Once again, shake out the wrists. Take a breath. Beautiful. All right, now let's do a little bit of work on the arms while we're also still here in tabletop. Keep your left hand on the mat, and then make a right fist, a fist with your right hand. Squeeze your right elbow up as high as you can, so your right hand is next to your right ribs. Activate, feel the stretch through the tricep. Lift the elbow up as high as you can and still squeeze it in toward the body. Lower your right hand down to hover above the mat, straight down below the shoulder, and then exhale, squeeze it up once again. Really feel it through the tricep. Inhale, lower, exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze. Last two, lower and squeeze. Lower, last one, squeeze. Beautiful. Bring your right hand down to the mat. And now we'll go out to the right side as well. So still keeping our weight in our left palm, activating through the fingertips to try to reduce some pressure on the wrists. Maintain that right fist directly underneath the shoulder. Reach your right arm directly out to the side. So try to keep the right arm parallel above the mat. And then lower it down. Really activate all of the muscles in the hand. We're not holding the weight just yet, but we will do this again with the weight. Lift and lower. Exhale, lift and lower. Activate everything. Do the forearm, lift, bicep, tricep, and shoulder blade. Lower and lift and lower. Two more. Lift and lower. Last one. Lift and lower. Beautiful. Shake out the wrists if you need to. And then left side. Right palm reaches down. Activate through the fingertips. Left hand makes a fist. Squeeze the left elbow all the way up to the left rib. So your fist is as close to the ribs as you can. Squeeze it in toward the body as you lift the elbow. Try to keep your shoulders still square above the mat so you're not twisting through the torso, you're just lifting through the arm. Lift and lower. Lift, lower, lift straight up, lower. Let's do three more. Lift, lower. Last two. Lift, lower. Last one. Lift, lower. Now out to the side, still keeping that left fist. Going directly straight out, hovering parallel above the mat, and lower straight down. Arm is straight the whole time. Lift and lower. Activate all the muscles in the arm. Lift and lower. Last three. Lift and lower. Two more. Lift and lower. Last one. Lift and lower. Beautiful. One more round of cat and cow just to reactivate the spine. Great job. And then step back to a table or a high plank position. Step your right foot back, then your left foot back. Lift the hips and meet me in downward facing dog. Take a moment here to work out your dog. Press one heel down at a time. Feeling the back of the legs stretch. Beautiful. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long, strong spine. Exhale, fold. Beautiful. Let's bring some heat into the body with a few sun A salutations. Beautiful. Reach your arms up to the sky, mountain pose. Exhale, gentle back bend. Lift the chest, cactus the arms, maybe push the hips a little forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold, hinge the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step all the way back to a high plank and lower all the way down to your belly. Keep the elbows squeezing in toward the ribs, palms under the shoulders, point the toes. Inhale, baby cobra. Just peel the chest up off the mat. Roll your shoulders down your back. Lengthen the back of your neck. Lower the chin down. Inhale, push yourself up to tabletop. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Long, strong spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, mountain pose, arms come with us. Exhale, gentle back bend, lift with the chest. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands down, step back to high plank. Exhale, lower all the way or halfway down for Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, or you can do baby cobra again, or you can find something in the middle with high cobra. Thighs down, extending the arms as much as you feel comfortable. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward and step forward. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long, strong spine, squeeze the belly up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, mountain pose. Exhale, gentle back bend. Inhale, rise, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and grab your weights if you're choosing to use them today. Inhale, chair pose. Bend the knees, sink the hips low, bring your weights to your chest. Tuck the belly button in, lengthen the low back, and only squat as much as you feel comfortable while holding on to the weights. Lower your weights down by your side, squeeze the outside of your glutes for stability, and we'll go both arms at the same time. Inhale, squeeze your weights up by your ribs, squeeze the elbows in toward your side body, activate through the triceps, and lower the weights down. Next, reach your weights directly out to your side so they're parallel above the mat. Option to keep the arms straight. If this is a lot of pressure on the elbows, then you can keep the elbows bent, wrists and palms face up. Beautiful. Lower the weights down to your side. Now we know where we're going. Inhale, row, squeeze the elbows up and in, and lower. Lift out to the sides, activate the shoulders, and lower. Row, lift and squeeze. Lower, extend outward. Lower, lift, row, and lower. Extend out and lower. Let's do 2 more sets. Lift and squeeze and lower. Extend out to the side. Squeeze the belly in for stability. Last round here. Lift the weights, squeeze them in, lower, lift it directly out to the side, and lower. Exhale, forward fold, release your weights down. Great job. Inhale, halfway lift, long, strong spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank. Lower all the way down or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra of choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift the hips. Beautiful. Relax through the shoulders. Take a deep breath here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long, strong spine, squeeze the belly up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, mountain, arms come with us. Exhale, gentle back bend. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and grab your weights. Inhale, chair pose. Arms come to your chest. Elbows point out to the side. Maybe sink the hips a little lower if you feel comfortable. Keeping the spine long, shoulders stacked up. Beautiful. Lower your weights down to your side. 1 more round of this. Hold for the inhale. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Inhale, lower. Exhale, out to the sides and lower. Exhale, lift and lower. Outward and lower. Move at your pace. Lift, lower, out, lower. Maybe sink the hips if you can. Activate through those glutes. Extend outward and lower. Let's do 2 more sets. Lift and lower, out and lower. Activate those glutes. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Beautiful. Lower the weights all the way down. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank, chaturanga, dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, reach your right leg high. Toes point down, heel points up. Lift with the back of your right thigh. Continue to reach your right heel back to the back wall and maybe a little closer to the ceiling. Feeling it through the right glute and the right thigh. Lower your right toes down, just point them, touch them to the mat, and then lift it all the way back up. Let's do that a few more times. Lower the toes and then lift the heel as high as you can. Lower the toes, just a little tap, and lift. 2 more. Lower and lift and lower and lift. Hold it at the top. Bend the right knee. Open the right hip. Feel the stretch through the right hip and maybe the right side body. Inhale, square the hips. Extend the right heel behind you and step it through. Low lunge. Place your right foot over between your hands, stacking the right knee over your ankle. Grab your weights. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Find your balance. Back heel is lifted. Once you found your balance, then bring your weights up over your head if that feels okay. Beautiful. Weights stack up directly above the shoulders. Keep a gentle bend in the elbows. Great job. Lower your weights down to your side. Shift the shoulders up over your front knee, keeping the back leg extended. Wrists and palms face up. And lift the weights as far as high as you can, activating through the triceps. Arms are long and strong. Lift the weights as high as you can and then lower them back down to your hips. Let's do that a few more times. Lift and lower. As you lift, continue to squeeze them in toward the midline of your body. And lower. Lift and lower. Let's do 2 more. Lift and lower. I know legs are working too. Last one. Lift and lower. Beautiful. Arms come up. High crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior 2. Spin the back heel down. Bring your arms out to a T. Now with weights, palms up, elbows bent. Beautiful. Maybe sink your hips a little lower if that feels okay. Inhale, reverse warrior. Strong grip with that right weight as it reaches up above your head. Weight stacked above the shoulder. Feel the stretch along the front side body. Beautiful. Inhale, warrior 2. Arms come to a T. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach forward. Place your right elbow on the thigh. Stack your left hip up above, left weight rather, up above the left shoulder. Beautiful. Inhale, look down and in front of you. Transition the weights through the shoulders and place them down to the mat. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Chaturanga, Dandasana. Lower all the way or halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra of choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips. Beautiful. Hold it for a breath here, really stretching out the back of the legs, trying to reach the heels down toward the mat, and pointing the hips up toward the sky. Beautiful. Bring your feet into the center, big toes touch, and then lift your left leg high. Toes point down, heel points up. Reach your left heel away from you toward the back of the room, and then up toward the ceiling, maybe a little bit more. Activating the left thigh and the left glute. Beautiful. Lower your left toes down, just tap them onto the mat, and then inhale, lift the left heel again. Let's do that a few more times. Lower the toes, tap, and lift. Lower the toes, tap, and lift. See if you can lift higher each time. Lower and tap, and lift. Last one. Lower, tap, and lift. Bend the left knee, open the left hip. Feel a nice stretch along the left side body. Square the hips, left leg high. Exhale, step it through. Low lunge. Place your left foot in between your hands. Walk the left toes forward so the ankle is under the knee. And then grab your weights if you're using them. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Stack the shoulders up. Roll your shoulders down your back. Find your stability. And then reach your arms directly up. Stack the weights over the shoulders. Keep a little bend in the elbows. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Beautiful. Hold it there. Squeeze the low belly in and up. Great job. Lower the weights down to your side. Palms face toward the back room. Shift your shoulders forward so they're stacked above your left knee. Tricep extensions. Lift the weights as high as you can, back up behind you, and lower. And lift, and lower. With control, lift, and lower, and lift, and lower. Two more. Lift, and lower. Last one. Lift, and lower. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Stack the weights up. Exhale, warrior two. Spin the back heel down. Separate the feet as far as you feel comfortable. With weights, we keep the elbows bent. Weights, palms up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Relax the shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, reverse warrior. Strong grip with that left weight. Stack it up above the left shoulder. Right weight rests along the back thigh. Beautiful. Feel the stretch along the left side body. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach forward. Place the left arm on the left thigh. And once again, hold tight grip. Stack the right weight up over the right shoulder. Beautiful. Inhale, look at your front foot. Transition weights through the shoulders and place them down to your mat. Step back to a high plank and lower all the way or halfway down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take one more big inhale here. And exhale, release. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Grab your weights. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Don't worry, this one's not going to be quite as intense. Exhale, warrior two. Sink the hips down, elbows bent, palms up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach the right arm high. Inhale, hold. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach forward. Right arm on the thigh. Left arm stacks up high. Inhale, look down. Exhale, release your weights down and hold. Hold low lunge. And then walk your right foot over to the right side of the mat for lizard lunge. Keep your hands on the inside of your right foot. Right knee is still stacked up over the right ankle, and you can choose to keep the left knee lifted or lower it down to the mat. Beautiful. Wherever you are, just hold right there. If you would like to go deeper, you can also come down to your forearms or your elbows if that feels okay. Just check to make sure that your right knee is still over the ankle or slightly behind. If you need to create space there, move the right foot forward. It's okay if the right knee wants to go out to the side a little bit, as long as it feels okay in the hips. So maybe explore that very gently. Beautiful. Just holding this for a few breaths here. Finding the level that's serving you today. And it may be different than the level we were at last time we tried this. Beautiful. Now, option to stay right where you are, but if you want to maybe try a little bit of a deeper thigh stretch, then come up to your palms and maybe start to lift your left foot toward your left glutes. Now, this is it for me personally. This is kind of an intense stretch on the front of my left thigh. So just, enter it with ease and with caution. And if you would like to go deeper, maybe reach back toward your left heel and use that leverage to pull it a little closer. If you can reach your left toes, you can grab those too. Just move slowly, noticing how this feels in the front of your left thigh, noticing how this feels on the left knee. Moving with intention, remembering what you committed to focusing on for today's class, and giving yourself grace. Beautiful. If you did decide to take that thigh stretch, go ahead and relax out of it. Release the left foot. And then walk your right foot over to the left side of your mat for half pigeon. Lower the right knee down so it's behind your right wrist. Right toes point toward the left wrist. If this gives you any discomfort in the right knee, then flip over to your back and I'll show you a different variation. If this does feel okay, walk your hands back to your hips, roll your shoulders down your back, broaden through the chest, take a big inhale. And exhale, walk your hands forward and maybe come down to your forearms if that feels okay, or stay up on your palms. Always choose the level that feels good. Make sure your hips stay square above the mat so you're not leaning over too far off to one side. And then just hold this for a few breaths. If you did not like the half pigeon variation because it was discomforting for your knee, then I'll show you a different option. So come to your back, place your left foot flat on the mat, place your right ankle on your left thigh, and maybe reach your left toes up so your shin is parallel above the mat. If that felt okay, maybe start to reach your hands toward the back of your left thigh and decide how much of a stretch you want to receive on the right thigh. So the closer you bring your left knee to your chest, the deeper the stretch. As always, only go as far as it feels good. So whatever option you chose, hold it there for just a few more breaths. If you are in the half pigeon variation and you just love that deep thigh stretch, you have an option to take this a step further into what's called mermaid pose. So again, you have lots of options. You can stay right where you are. But if you're in half pigeon and you would like to try a deeper stretch, then come up to your palms and maybe, once again, lift your left foot toward your left glute and place the right hand centered in front of you for stability, and maybe reach your left hand back toward your left foot. Now, if you do this and you notice that your left hip starts to open up to the side, just gently point it back down toward the mat. So the front of your hips are both pointing down toward your mat. If this feels good, you can even reach back toward your toes and very gently start to guide your left heel closer to your left glute. And this takes us closer to the pose mermaid, which I am not quite there yet. But if you want to know what the full expression is, it's basically getting your left toes into your left elbow and then reaching up and clasping your hands. And like I said, I'm not there yet. Hashtag goals. But if you are there, then show me and I will applaud you because I think it's a beautiful pose. All right, wherever you are, slowly begin to make your way out of the posture. So if you're in half pigeon, come back to your palms up on the mat. Tuck your back toes. Slowly begin to lift your hips up. If you're on your back, then just make your way into downward facing dog and we'll all meet there. Bend the right knee, open the right hip up. Maybe enjoy some big knee circles. Beautiful. Feeling some little cracks and pops there, that's cool. And then release your right foot down. All right, left side. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Weights are optional. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Find your stability, then reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Beautiful. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Inhale, reverse warrior. Left arm reaches to the sky. Strong grip on the weights. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach forward. Place the left arm on the thigh. Right arm reaches high. Punch it through the ceiling. Slowly. Inhale, look down and in front of you. Release your weights down to the mat. And then walk your left foot over to the left side of your mat. Bring your hands on the inside of your left foot for lizard lunge. So once again, you can keep your back knee lifted or lower it down. Keep the knee stacked up above the ankle on the left side. And if you need to make more space, walk your left toes to the top of your mat. Beautiful. Feel this stretch along the front of your right hip flexor and perhaps along the back of your left thigh. If you want to go a little deeper, you can come down to your forearms. If you have blocks, you can use them to create the perfect height for you. And again, if you would like to choose that deep thigh stretch, then just begin to point your right toes up and start to reach your right heel toward the right glute. This might be enough for you. You might be like, oh man, I'm feeling this, and that's cool. If you do feel comfortable, maybe begin to reach your right hand back and see if you can grab your right heel. Just keep in mind, you're not necessarily equally flexible on both sides. So if one side's a little bit more flexible than the other, that's okay. Don't force it. But notice how this feels in the right knee. Notice how this feels in the right thigh, in the right hip. Beautiful. Wherever you are, slowly make your way back to your palms. Release your right foot down to the mat. Walk your left foot over to the right side of your mat for half pigeon. Release your left knee down, so it's right below your left wrists, and your toes point toward your right wrist. So if you chose the on your back option for the other side, then please make your way on your back for this side as well. You always want to practice the same posture on both sides if you can. If you're in half pigeon, point your left toes to your right wrist, but you can keep the heel as close to the body as feels comfortable, not putting any negative pressure on the left knee. If you're in half pigeon, walk your hands back towards your hips, roll your shoulders down your back, take a big inhale, and then exhale. Maybe start to walk your hands forward and come down to your forearms or maybe even your forehead. And hold this for just a few breaths. Once again, if you did choose to find your way to your back, then on this side, you'll place your right foot flat on the mat and your left ankle on your right knee. You can stay right here or lift your right foot up and maybe even grab the back of your right thigh to choose the level of stretch that feels really good today. And just hold it there. If you are joining in the half pigeon variation and you explored mermaid on the other side, feel free to start exploring it on this side as well. So come up to your palms, place your left hand in the middle in front of you, and then start to lift your left heel towards your left glute. Maybe reach back toward the foot, maybe grab the toes. Again, don't force yourself. Find what feels good and then hold it right there. This is a pretty intense thigh stretch. So if you haven't made a stretch on that part of the body in a while, then just give yourself some grace and ease, ease, ease. Beautiful. Wherever you are, slowly begin to make your way out of the posture. So if you're in half pigeon, come up to your palms, tuck your back toes. If you're on your back, slowly make your way to downward facing dog, and we will all meet there. Lift your left leg high, bend the left knee, open the left hip to the sky, and then release your left foot down. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward and have a seat, and come all the way down to your back. Bring your knees with you for a little hug. Gently rock from side to side to relax the spine. Place both feet flat on the mat, knees up. Reach your right arm directly above you, arms stacked above the shoulder. Take your left hand and start to grab the outside of your right shoulder, and then reach your right arm to the left side of your body, feeling a stretch through the right shoulder and the the biceps and triceps. So using your left hand to maybe give as a little leverage to maybe give yourself a deeper stretch. Moving slowly, feeling how that feels in the right shoulder and the right triceps. Beautiful. Return back to center and release your right hand down. Reach your left arm directly above you and then grab your right arm along the outside of your left shoulder. Draw your left hand toward the right side of your body and use your right hand as leverage for a little stretch along the outside of your left shoulder and your left triceps. Beautiful. Inhale, reach your left arm back up gently. Maybe enjoy some nice wrist rotations. Beautiful. Bring both hands up above your head, reaching toward the back wall. Bend the right elbow, so your right arm is directly above your head. And then take your left hand on your right elbow and use that leverage for maybe a little stretch along the outside of your right arm. So feeling this through the bicep and the tricep of your right arm. Beautiful. Inhale, extend both hands straight behind you. And then left side, bend the left elbow so the arm is over the head. Take your right hand on the left elbow for a little leverage. Feeling a little stretch along the outside of the left triceps. Beautiful. Release your hands back down to your side. Gently rock your knees from side to side like windshield wipers. Back and forth, left and right. And then leave your knees on the left side for just a moment. Taking a pause, knees pointed to the left. Feeling a little stretch along the right side body. Reach your arms out to the side like a capital T. And tilt your chin toward your right shoulder. So again, feeling the stretch here through the right side body. And come back to center, lift the knees up and let them fall to the right side of your mat. And tilt your chin over to the left shoulder. Feeling the stretch here through the left side of your body. Beautiful. Inhale, come back to center. Give yourself one more big hug, big inhale. And exhale, release for Shavasana. Extend your arms and legs out long and wide. Let your toes flop open. Relax your shoulders down your back. And begin to actively release all the muscles through the body. Relax through your toes, the balls of your feet, your arches and your heels. Relax through your knees, and your calves and your ankles. Relax through your thighs. They may have gotten more work today than they used to. Relax through your glutes and your hips. Soften through the belly. Relax through your whole spine. Allow yourself to feel completely supported. Relax through your fingertips, your palms and your wrists. Release your forearms, your elbows, your biceps and your triceps. Relax through your shoulders and your neck. Soften your jaw, your cheekbones and your eyebrows. Feel the gentle rise and fall of each effortless breath. On your next inhale, invite in just a little more air. And exhale, relax it out. On your next inhale, reach your arms up over your head for a wall-to-wall stretch. Point your toes, get long, get lean. And then slowly bring your knees up into your chest and give yourself a little hug. Gently rock from side to side and fall over on your favorite side. Slowly push yourself up to a seat, keeping your eyes closed. Find your sit bones and sit tall. Sit proud. Bring your palms together and press them into your chest. Lift the crown of your head. Take a deep inhale through the nose. May we look inward for validation and acceptance. On your next inhale, draw your thumbs to your lips. May we speak words of truth, kindness, and encouragement. Inhale, draw your thumbs to your third eye center. May we be the change we wish to see in this world. Take a deep inhale to fill yourself with love and light, and exhale to share it with the world. Namaste.